Glands. They're essential for energy, happiness, well-being, you name it. Let's talk about that. The adrenal glands are 2 walnut-sized glands that sit on top of each one of your kidneys. You have 2 of them. They're essential for life. Your adrenal glands are basically what give you energy. Your adrenal glands run the energy systems of the body. And so when people get something called adrenal fatigue, a lot of things start happening. They start noticing that their energy is waning. After lunch, they get really tired. They start noticing that they're gaining weight, especially around the midsection. They notice that they're craving salt. A lot of people just say, I can't tolerate stress anymore. Like even a little bit of stress makes them feel like they're overwhelmed. They get lax ligaments, and their ligaments and joints, like their knees and shoulder stability, begin to become more unstable, and people tend to get more knee and shoulder pain. They feel like they need coffee. Not they like coffee, but they need coffee to get through the day. They find they get sick more often. They find that they get dizzy when they go from laying to standing. People with adrenal fatigue get more brain fog and poor thinking. They tend to get a lack of libido, and they have a trouble staying asleep and sleeping through the night. All of these are symptoms of adrenal fatigue. And so there's a couple of tests that you can do to know for sure if you have adrenal fatigue. And here's what they are. One is called Ragland's. It's basically postural hypotension. You can do this in a couple of ways. First, you can do it with a blood pressure cuff. You lay down, take your blood pressure, see what it is, and then start the machine again, take your blood pressure, and then while it's pumping up, or when it's even fully pumped up, and then stand up immediately and wait to see what happens to your blood pressure. If the top number drops, you have adrenal fatigue. The top number should go up because the adrenals run the vasoconstriction of your blood vessels when you go from laying to standing so that you can get enough blood to your brain. And if you don't have a blood pressure cuff, it's fine. Just lay on the floor for a couple of minutes and then stand up quickly. If you feel like you get lightheaded, you have adrenal fatigue. The second test is actually shining a light in your eyes. It's called the iris test, the pupillary iris test. And so what happens is your pupillary, when you shine the light in the eye, should constrict. And it should be able to hold that constriction for at least 30 seconds. Go in a dark room and shine the light in your eye and look in the mirror. If your pupil contracts and then after a short period of time begins to wobble and then go back open, it's another sign of adrenal fatigue. Most of these people say, I need to wear sunglasses. When I go out in the sun, my eyes are so sensitive to the light. This is not because you need to have sunglasses, it's because your adrenals are exhausted. And so here's what you do. You gotta remove stress from your life. And so if you're willing, I really recommend you sign up for the DNA Reset video series. In this series, we go over in detail how to remove stress, how to balance your blood sugar, how to get the foods that are causing the problems out. But the short answer is start eating real food, go ahead and use salt to taste, and lastly, take our supplement called Adrenal Food. It's literally the food for your adrenals. Your adrenals are starving because you've given them too much stress and not enough food. So you take the adrenal food, a couple of tablets per meal, and the test is if you feel better in a week or two, you know you had adrenal fatigue, and you just need to keep taking those supplements as long as you're overstressing your body. I think so many of us will find that we're in some phase of adrenal fatigue, and if we'll simply feed the gland, amazing things will happen.